today. There we go.
This is Northeast Streaming Sports.
Boom!
We are on. We on.
On.
Happy hump day, Wednesday.
Yeah. Our producer's having a little bit of issues, got new system and everything, but we're going to get this resolved and everything. But hey, I'm glad to be here, Byron. A lot of
Week
things.
2, baby. Week 2 was exciting, all I know.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a very exciting week. And the NFC East showed their dominance again. Every team in the NFC East won.
Yep.
So that was pretty impressive for the only conference, I think, that won every game, because you look at other teams around the league. The NFC West, I think, they had the same issue because they played good. They played good. So
yeah, the 49ers is still dominating that NFC
West.
Yes.
Yeah. Seattle beat Detroit in overtime.
Yeah.
The Rams are playing them better than anybody anticipated. Everybody thought the Rams were going to be terrible, but they're competitive.
Right.
Lost obviously to San Francisco, but they didn't just get beat down.
No, they got some good young talent, and it's a new look. It's exciting to see the success that they have, and it says a lot for the coach.
And then Arizona played Washington, but they had Washington.
They had
Washington. Yeah. Did you know that Buda Baker's on IR?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he just went on IR. I mean, that's a big part of Arizona.
It's a big blow. Yeah.
But there were some good games. That team from New York, we own New York, and we give them permission to play. Dallas.
Who is we?
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
Cowboys own New York, so But,
I heard they gave y'all the key to the city, so we can't argue. We can't. The first 2 weeks of the NFL season, the Cowboys own New York. I mean, shit. They 40 points in both games, 30-10 and 40-0. So.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. It's crazy, but I tell you what, both teams weren't. They just, you got to give the Cowboys credit. They've gotten better, and I told you that in the offseason that they were better than. This is the best team they've had in 10 years. They don't have any excuse because they have the defense, and everybody criticizes Dak all the time, but Dak he's doing what he has to do to win. He's with a different guy and that's helping him. Not being with Kellen Moore, that's forcing him to do some things that he's probably not equipped to do.
He's seen so much comfortable for sure. That's what I see now, that he's not trying to force the ball. I think him and Mike McCarthy is on the same page. And I think probably by him calling plays in preseason kind of make him feel, fully vested in what he needs to do out there on the football field.
The most impressive thing I've seen in watching, I went to the game on Sunday, is the running backs. I mean, Tony Pollard played well. I thought that Deuce Vaughn, I didn't think he'd be worth anything in there. But did you realize he had more yardage than Breece Hall and the running back from Minnesota?
Oh, yeah.
Dalvin Cook.
Yeah.
He had more yards than him.
Yeah.
Combined.
He's a spark plug. I mean, you got to give him credit. He's a spark plug. And Man, he's low center of gravity and he's quick and got good field instincts.
Yeah, and then Rico Dow and is playing well too.
Yeah, he a good changeup for
I
me.
thought they just released Ronald Jones.
Okay.
They released him after he came off that suspension.
Well, you can't go into a new place thinking that, you're going to be suspended. And then they got some players that they're every day showing out and making plays. And, he just don't fit the locker room probably,
And then you had CeeDee Lamb, who had 143 yards. Everybody was talking about Solstice. What they do with CeeDee Lamb is a little unique now. Remember, everybody complained that he lined up in one position, and that's all he played.
Yeah.
Now they're moving him around. They're getting him free. They're getting him against – he only went against Sauce Gardner one time.
Yeah. No, I talked about that the last 2 or 3 years with
he did.
I just think you have to move your talented athletes around, and that's what you do in the NFL.
It's matchups.
It's matchup, chess match. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple games I want to talk about. Miami versus New England, and this is interesting because New England hasn't beat Miami since Tua is 6-0 against Miami. New England.
New England Patriots, yeah.
And Tyreek Hill didn't make the impact. Jalen Waddle actually had the most receiving yards, but Tyreek Hill is such a disruptor by his being on the field because you always know where he's at.
Right.
And believe it or not, what he did well was block. He did. There's some clips of him blocking that were pretty impressive. And then that helped Rasheed Mostert get some plays. And
Mostert had a good game.
Yeah, he had 121 yards.
He looked like the old 40 down running back.
Yeah, he did. And then there's some teams. I think Miami is a team that's to be reckoned with. I picked them in the preseason to win the AFC East.
Yeah,
and I still feel that way. I think Buffalo came back and they were playing Las Vegas, but they came back and won 38-10.
Yeah.
Josh Allen had 274 yards. Obviously, Gabe Davis had a good game.
Yeah, you got to plug Gabe Davis into the offensive scheme of things.
Yeah, and then Dalvin Cook's brother James had 123 yards. So they look better.
Yeah,
I just think Miami's got some things. It's going to be good between them two. They're going to battle it out. It's kind of like Dallas and Philadelphia right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be,
that's not negative against
Washington.
That's
probably the top 4 teams besides the 49ers.
Yeah.
The teams you just mentioned, the Buffalo Bills. Well, the Kansas City Chiefs in there too, but now they're gonna be battling. They're gonna be battling.
I would agree, but I think when you talk about San Francisco, I think what happens with them is they're getting beat up early. And remember, I always say that the teams that can stay healthy are going down the road because it's happening with Philadelphia too. They're losing defensive players quite a bit.
Yeah, and that's what you're gonna have to factor in those injuries. When you get these injuries now, it can go from week to week, and that's why you got to have a good, strong reserve and practice roster of people.
You really do.
Sure that you can, stay the course.
Yeah. Now I wanted to ask you this question. I had put this in my notes for this week. I know that you installed field turf. That was your previous.
I'm putting in turf in my backyard right now as we speak. I had something delivered today.
Do you think it makes that much of an effect on the play of the game?
No. I just think a couple of fields that I see have a lot of splash. When they splash like that means they have too much infield in the system. But overall, I think, the way we play the game is so fast and so physical. The fields don't have too much to do with it. I just think now with the fibers and the consistency on how they make the system work, it's so much better. I mean, you still gonna have your injuries on the football field just due to the fact, but it's the best thing going. I mean, the only thing I think that changed the course of some of these fields. And when you have to take out and put, like you might change out the Jets from the Giants. And so there's some inconsistency when you got events going on. But most of the time, if your field is there and pretty stable, those fields are top performance fields. I talked to a guy today about that.
Mm-hmm. And the only reason I asked you that is because of the unfortunate injury to obviously Nick Chubbs.
Well, Nick Chubbs and, they looking at also Aaron Rodgers, but, it's just the way he run and the way he got hit. I mean, that's a factor in. I don't think the field plays a big part of it. Might play a partial part of it, but I just think too, in the long run, you're just gonna get more performances on those fields. And when you go to the combine, you work out on the Lucas Oil field, and you everything is on those fields that you have to get tested on. So
yeah,
I still say it's the best thing going, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I understand what you're saying, but there's been some unusual injuries, especially when linemen start to get hamstring injuries and things of that nature. This is the first time I've ever heard of so many hamstring injuries.
I think too, going back to what we talked about the first week, these guys don't hardly participate in preseason. So you're talking about conditioning and what type of shape they're in going into the season, and some guys just kind of wait till they get back to training camp before they start working out. So of course you're gonna have your hamstrings injuries and your quad injuries, and you're gonna have your pulls. But I just think overall that's just gonna become with the territory. You ain't gonna hardly go play 18 weeks of football in the National Football League without some type of injury of aches or pains or pulls or something like that.
Yeah, because that's what's gonna come down. It's survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
The Cowboys had injuries also. They had Brendan Cooks, he didn't play. Tyler Smith, he didn't play. And Donovan Wilson, he didn't play, but they'll all be back this week, which is good for the Cowboys because they're getting it out there. Now the 49ers have some injuries. Brandon Ayuk, they don't know on a short week. They play tomorrow against the New York Giants, and they have a shoulder injury to Brandon Ayuk, and they got a couple other injuries. And then the Giants, obviously, we know about Saquon's injury.
Yeah.
And then also they have their left tackle, Andrew
Thomas.
That's big.
That's
huge.
huge.
About the Giants that's interesting is Kayvon Thibodeau has not had a sack or a pressure, obviously, in the last 2 games.
Well, we talked about him.
Huh?
I said we talked about him. This was his year to really shine, and right now he's sitting on his thumbs or something. He's not doing anything.
Yeah,
and that's not good.
Yeah, there's some guys that were doubters, and I was trying to pick the kid up.
Yeah,
but this is concerning right now. This is really concerning.
Yeah, absolutely. When you that high draft charge, you have to perform. I mean, it's no ands, ifs, and buts about it. You got to really come in and perform, and you got to be able to carry the load, and you got to be effective, just like a Michael Parsons. I mean, he's an animal now. He's showing you how to play the game as a high draft choice, and he was the 11th pick in that draft.
Yeah. The only thing I worry about that their defense is really good. They played the run better than I ever anticipated against the Jets because I thought I wasn't worried about Zach Wilson. I was worried about them slowing the game down and being able to run the ball.
Exactly, with the running backs, because they got 2 super running backs.
Hall and Zach Taylor. But and we'll get into a little bit more with that. Not Zach Taylor. It's Breece Hall.
Breece Hall, and Dalvin Cook. Yeah. So
they didn't run the ball at all. They didn't even try to. I mean, it was interesting. They didn't even try to establish the run game.
Do you think the way Dan Quayle how he had the linebackers and the way they rush, with his defensive line and gap control and things that they're doing, do you think it kind of threw the Jets off?
I don't know. I think what's really the advantage the Cowboys have right now is they do have a good defensive line, but they have a good rotation.
Yeah.
They got, like we did when
Yeah.
we played, we had 4, 5, 6 guys, really 8 that could play, and they were really starters. Where I think he has 8 guys up front.
Mhm.
But what's the most impressive thing is everybody's talking about it, but Gilmore has taken that play really to another team to another level, because you can't throw at Diggs, and you really can't throw at Gilmore either.
Yeah, they got to throw up the seams across the middle. They really do.
And that's where Garrett Wilson got his touchdown.
Yeah.
On that post play. He was running a post, and he caught it, and the safety didn't come up, and it was over.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's and they've only giving up 10 points. I mean, 10 points the whole year, even in 2 games, and getting 40 to 10. I've never heard of that.
That is the top right now. That's looking good. That says a lot.
But what I also noticed about last week, then we'll get on to this week, is that the New York Giants, after being down 17-0, they could have just folded their tents and said, "Oh well." I've even had some people that are diehard Giants fans saying, "This is not our year." They text me, but
I got a text too. But you know what? I was so happy to see them come back.
They did, and that's going to help them for the rest of the year.
That's exactly what they needed, because the way they played last year, they needed a good shot in the arm, and that's what they got.
Yeah.
It was
Rick, we know. Yes, Cam Akers, that's a good one, because the head coach worked with him at the Rams last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
McDonald, so he knows him. So I think that's going to help him. And I don't know why he fell out with the Rams.
Yeah, I just think he was on the roster, right? And then this week they
deactivated him.
Yeah, they deactivated him this week. Yeah.
And so I don't know what happened, but there's no way he can't help him. You know what's kind of funny about it? And I know Rick and Jason are a huge Vikings fan.
Right.
Did you realize Kirk Cousins is having his best year of his career? And nobody.
Absolutely.
He's having his best year, but I think their struggles is their defense is not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Michael.
What's going on, Mike?
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Mike, we missed you at the UTA alumni get together this past week. What you was over there in East Texas? What's going on over there?
He was running like he was running from the police.
Mike, right. He called me Cook, man. That's my nickname, C-O-O-T. Man, I've been giving out my nickname. What's wrong with you? Oh boy.
Rick. Who texts you, Byron?
Hey, man, I can't tell you text, because I have to just shut it down if I tell you. So
I can't tell you either. I tell you, because I might get muted, so I don't want to get muted. So
that is my phone, though. That's my phone.
Oh man.
Yeah. That isn't why. I mean, New York is getting ready to start kicking butt.
I got muted.
You got muted?
I got muted.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Mike, Byron will help you out, man. He'll help you out.
Mike, man, it's good to see you. Good to hear from you, Mike, man. Yeah.
But, it was good for the Giants.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting banged up.
Man, 0-2, man, would have been devastating for the Giants.
It would have been.
With that NFC East, too. And the way Washington playing, too.
Hey. We're going to find out a lot about Washington this week.
Yeah, we'll find out
a lot about this week. If they can win this week, then I'm going to start to believe it, because they go to Buffalo. Buffalo comes to them. I'm sorry. So
and this is going to be a true test for them this week. I tell you that now.
Yeah, because they should have lost that game.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the game ain't over until the last whistle, right?
That's it. That's absolutely right.
So that's the thing is everybody in the East. I mean, if you look at the standings in the East, every team is good. Only there is not another conference that's them. I'll tell you another conference that really is at this point in the season is not playing bad.
Mm-hmm.
Is they got 3 teams that are 2-0, and I would have never expected it. The NFC South.
Yeah.
But that's about to change next week.
That's New Orleans. That's New Orleans group.
New Orleans,
Atlanta,
and
Jags.
No, that would be AFC.
Okay.
In the NFC South,
And then Tampa Bay.
In Tampa Bay, they're all 2-0.
Yeah.
So they're keeping up with the NFC East. Yeah. But I liked Atlanta. I thought Atlanta was going to be pretty good.
Yeah, you liked Atlanta. I like New Orleans.
You like New Orleans.
Yeah.
New Orleans, I think the quarterback is okay now, but he's going to come back to earth. But the Falcons got a running game. Bijan Robinson is taking it to another.
Bijan. Yeah, I tell you what, I just think that New Orleans is going to be they're going to be consistently good to beat, hard to beat. That's what I'm saying.
Now here's the problem with New Orleans: they lost Jamal Williams, got injured with a hamstring, and Kamara doesn't come back for another week.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you can win 2 out of 3 games and have him back, it's gonna be good for the Saints.
Yeah. So let's talk about. Let's get on so we make sure we get through it. New York Giants at San Francisco. Obviously, San Francisco is going to be the favorite. Giants are going to have to play out of this world to beat them because even without Brandon Ayuk, they still got Debo Samuels, and Kelsey and McCaffrey. So it's going to be hard to beat them. I think that this is like a lot of teams when they get against the upper crust teams in the NFL, such as the Cowboys, the Eagles, and teams of that nature. If San Francisco is this good, defensively, they're not playing like they did last year. They got a new guy that's the defensive coordinator, Jim Wilkes.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we'll find and maybe this week because they're playing the NFC East team, which is, I think they'll win. But we'll find out about them, even though I know that the Giants are injured a little bit. So, and that left tackle is big. And like we said earlier in the show, Kayvon Thibodeaux has to show up.
Oh, yeah, he's
got to show up. So
you can't baby these guys no more. Expectation is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No question. Michael Wright, give Atlanta 2 years. I agree with him. Do you know who the coach of Atlanta is? Yes.
Yeah. Smith?
Huh?
Smith?
Yeah. Do you know who he is, though? His father is Fred Smith.
Yeah. His dad, FedEx.
Owns FedEx.
Yeah, Mr. FedEx. That's who it is.
He's Mr. And so.
Yeah, Bijan ain't going to be bad.
Yeah, he's going to be good. And Ritter is better than people gave him credit for.
Yeah.
I liked Atlanta. I liked him.
That was a steal when they got him. 8 pick. He was the 8 pick. Man.
Oh, Bijan? Yeah.
Yeah, Bijan. Yeah.
And that was true. So I'm going to go with San Francisco. I'm sorry, over New York.
He said Giants skipped the one against the 49ers. Oh, man, let me tell you something, Mike. Man, that's why we play the game. Wow. We ain't just going to get a 49ers no game. What's wrong with you?
I think it's going to be closer than you think. Well, I better not say that because I haven't been good. I was one of I was terrible last year picking games. I think that 49ers are going to win.
Yeah, they'll probably win, but it's gonna be a hard game for them.
Yeah,
I hope it be like a 14-13 game and we win at the very end. That's what I hope.
Let me see what the spread is.
I think it's what?
It is 10.
10 points for the – oh, man.
I'm going to give it to them. I think 49ers will cover the spread.
Shit.
I'm just saying. I'm telling you.
Well, I hope, like we said, a couple of people wake up. Thibodeau is one of them. And I hope that the receivers can come in and play a good team spirited game.
Your guy Hyatt had a good game, Liz. Jalen Hyatt.
Jalen Hyatt is gonna be a nine. He's gonna be the receiver of the year as a rookie.
Yeah.
So
what?
He probably be the best receiver of the year.
Oh, best rookie receiver.
Yeah, best rookie receiver. Yeah.
That guy in Rams, Puka, is doing pretty darn good now.
Well, they're gonna shut him down after a while. Right now he catching people by surprise. They're gonna put
wait to Cooper Kupp and him
hey,
and Cooper Kupp.
They're gonna put an elbow in his mouth. We'll see how he do then.
Okay.
You know what you do? What you have to do with a receiver like that, you have to go up there and do bump and run and slam him. But you can't let him get off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, but the one thing Sean McVay is good at is scheming you. He can get those guys free.
Yeah, they good at they got a good scheme on the offensive side of things for sure.
Here's a game, and I want to get your opinion on it. Is Tennessee versus the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are a 3-point favorite.
Where are they playing at?
They are playing I think they're playing in Cleveland. I know they are.
Yeah.
They're playing in Cleveland.
But that's the only thing going to help them. I think you got to give them a 3-point favorite when they're playing at home. For some reason, they play good at home. I mean,
Deshaun Watson is playing so bad. And here's what's unusual. Last week, Myles Garrett had no sacks, no pressures, and no tackles. That is unheard of.
I thought he had a sack this week.
No, he had no. I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah. And TJ Watts was unconscious, him and Ali Highsmith.
Man,
touchdowns on defense.
They scored 2 touchdowns, one of each.
Yeah.
But that first touchdown the guy should have caught the ball, either knocked it down. You just can't tip balls. Can't tip balls when you're surrounded by defenders.
I gotta go with Tennessee. I've lost all faith in Cleveland.
Well, I'm going with Cleveland since they're at home. I'm gonna give them another chance.
Okay.
I'm going with Cleveland.
Atlanta at Detroit. They're giving Detroit 3 +3.
I'm going with Detroit.
I got to go with Detroit too. I got to go with Detroit. I'm not going to take all these. Although it wouldn't shock me if Atlanta won, but I'm going to go with Detroit.
Okay.
Because New Orleans at Green Bay. They got
Green Bay don't lose at home, but I just been riding the coattail of New Orleans. Huh?
They got 1.5 for open at for Green Bay. Green Bay is favored.
I like Jordan Love, but I'm sticking with New Orleans. That's my team.
Yeah. Rick is going with Atlanta, and he's going with New Orleans. Rick
he been looking at my playbook.
Rick, I got to go with Green Bay. I like New Orleans and what they're doing, but they got some running back problems. So I'm going to go with New Orleans. If they didn't have those running back problems, Rick, I'd probably take New Orleans, but I'm going to go with Green Bay.
Okay.
Take the safe pick. I'm taking a lot of favorites.
You're taking home home cooking.
Yeah. Denver at Miami. Interesting. It's only 5.5. 5.5. I think Miami's gonna run away with this.
I don't see Denver playing with Miami, that's for sure.
No, I'm going with Miami.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely going with Miami.
Here is Rick's game of the day.
What's that?
I got one pick right. I got the Cowboys.
Don't listen to Jim.
I got one pick right.
Well, you always get. Well, yeah, you got one pick.
I did pick Philly to win. I did pick Philly to win. Los Angeles.
You picked the Giants last week too, I think.
I did pick the Giants.
Yeah, against Arizona.
I did pick the Giants. So somebody.
It was a push.
I picked the Giants to beat Arizona.
Yeah, you did.
I have Los Angeles Chargers at the Minnesota Vikings. This is a tough game. They got the Chargers winning this game.
Well, they need to win, but also the Vikings need to win.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be
Minnesota. I gotta go with Minnesota, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think Minnesota is in dire need to win. They got to win this game.
Yeah, Rick, I gotta go with you. I think that the Vikings, but also the Chargers are 0-2. Rick,
the Chargers, they lose this one, they might not make the playoffs.
Yeah, that is true. So that's gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be very competitive, but I'm gonna go with Minnesota. Both quarterbacks are not playing bad.
I'm going with Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
he's gonna have 200 yards.
Woo! Yeah, because their defense is questionable.
Yeah,
and Staley's a defensive coach.
Yep.
So I'm going with Minnesota at home.
Yeah.
Okay. Vikings couldn't beat the Panthers. Wow. I think
it's a different game when you play at home, and you're in a desperate situation to win a game. So that's why I'm going with the Vikings.
I think Staley's job is in trouble.
Oh yeah, if they be 0-4, 0-5, they might change coaches right now.
Yeah. Now here's another interesting one.
Hey, Mike.
All right, Mike. New England Patriots against at the New York Jets. The Patriots own the Jets. Did you realize that they haven't beat them in 11 times playing them? The Patriots, and they only got the Patriots by 2.
They got the Patriots by 2.
Yeah, at New York or at MetLife Stadium, really New Jersey.
That could be a good game.
The Patriots got to win this game. This is another.
Yeah, Patriots are the must win, but I'm going with the Jets.
You're gonna go with the Jets?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take New England because New England's been close and they played some tough 2 games.
Close is just only good in horseshoes, Jim.
Yeah, that's true. Zach will see ghosts, and they will get after him.
Yeah.
Get after him.
Judon don't play.
No, so I'm going with New England because it's a must-win for them if they have any chance.
They have to win that game. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But I just hope the Jets don't convert back to their old Jet ways.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but this ain't a game they can win. I think New England is Bill Belichick. He plays well against. Like I said, they haven't beat him. The Jets haven't beat him in 11 tries.
Yeah,
that's a lot of games.
Yeah.
Buffalo Bills. Okay.
Here come the police. All right, man.
They can run at South Oak Cliff.
Oh yeah,
South Oak Cliff is a high school.
Yeah, they undefeated right now. I think they undefeated.
2 state championships. No, I think they lost preseason to DeSoto, right?
Oh, did they lose to DeSoto?
Yeah.
Well, they back-to-back state champions over here in Texas.
Their division. DeSoto's a bigger division.
Yeah.
Buffalo at the Washington Commanders. I'm going with Buff.
I know you're gonna go with Buffalo. I need to have Washington lose a game, so I'm going with the Bills too.
I just think Buffalo is starting to play better. They kind of, everybody's been on Josh Allen, and now he's getting it.
Yeah.
Rick likes the Bills too. Rick likes the Bills.
Well, really, Washington could easily be 0-2. Really easy.
That is true.
So,
And they didn't play big time teams.
oh, they lost to Duncanville. Okay. Southport Cliff lost to Duncanville.
Oh, they lost. And Duncanville won the state championship too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they're division up. They won division up anyway.
Yeah, they were 6A.
Yeah.
But Washington they had a possibility of losing to Arizona and a possibility of losing to Denver. So, but
they ain't that impressive to me. They just been lucky.
Yeah. So they're losing they almost lost to two teams that haven't won a game.
They're not gonna beat the Bills.
No, I don't think they're gonna beat Buffalo.
No.
But they got it even. Can you believe that? I'm going with Buffalo.
I don't know who I'm going with Buffalo.
Yeah. Houston at Jacksonville. Jacksonville was really disappointing last year.
Yeah.
Last week against Kansas City. So I'm gonna go with Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm going with Doug Peterson.
They're 10 points. They got 10 plus. So
this is their chance to go ahead and get a little edge on moving in the right direction.
Yeah, Rick.
Yes.
But Stroud has been playing better than any other rookie quarterback. Did you know that?
Well,
quarterback.
They've been taking the time with him, so that speaks something. That says something for the coaches over there.
Yeah, Stroud. He's been playing not bad for a rookie. He's better.
Well, one of the things I see them doing, he also released the ball to the running backs and stuff.
Yeah,
not trying to force the ball in. I think too early you try to force the ball in. That's when they get your interceptions going.
But I don't think they can beat Jacksonville. Not at this point.
No.
Indianapolis at Baltimore.
Baltimore ain't gonna be beat by them, that's for sure.
Now they're saying Baltimore has got a problem.
What they have?
Odell Beckham Jr. is supposedly hanging out with Kim Kardashian.
What?
So what happens when anybody hangs out with? First, they make a lot of money for hanging out with her, but they ruin their career. We never hear about them again.
Yeah,
Beckham was married.
Yeah, I thought he was married. He just had a little boy a couple years ago.
Yeah, but they said that they're hanging out. So I'm going with Baltimore, but Beckham is hurt. He's got an ankle.
He's on injured reserve. He's on the sideline.
Yeah, I don't know if he's on injured reserve, but
no, he's not on injured reserve, but he's injured. And then Richardson have a concussion.
Yes, so Rick, he's possibly out.
Yeah.
But didn't Trevor Lawrence warn him about running so much, Rick? He told him about that. He said, "Hey, you better slide because this is the NFL. They will hit you," and they did. He's possibly not going to play this week.
Oh yeah, I don't think they're gonna release him.
No, he's too valuable to him.
Yeah, I know. What I'm saying that concussion, they usually let you sit out 1 or 2 games now.
Yeah, so I agree with him. So I'm going with Baltimore.
Yeah.
Carolina and Seattle. They only got 4 points, but I'm going with. I think that that is true, but I don't think they'll beat Baltimore. I don't think so. I'm going with ball. I'm not taking no wild picks this week. I need to get my winning up.
Yeah, you better get your pick. I'm going with Seattle.
Okay. Seattle against Carolina. I am going with Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle.
And it's at Seattle. There's no way. The only thing, Bryce Young might not play this week. He's injured with an ankle injury. And
Bryce.
Andy Dalton in.
Seems like they're taking their time with Bryce Young. I watched that game a little bit this weekend, and he still got some ways to go.
I have to agree with you, Rick. I have to agree.
Rick, you so hard, man. Hey, Rick, I saw where you live up there in Amsterdam, New York.
Yep.
Yeah, that's why I did my research.
He's a Vikings fan. Rick is a Vikings fan.
I did my research on Rick, Amsterdam, New York.
Yeah. Chicago Bears against the Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City, baby.
Chicago's defensive coordinator, Alan Williams, resigned today.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but
He resigned.
they said something about they raided his house. They did not raid Howard's Hall, but they raided his house. There's probably more that's going to come on, and this is just hearsay.
Do you think it's a fan or something raided his house? A Bear fan?
They said it was FBI.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm sure more is going to come out of it. Justin Fields said he played robotic, and they asked him why did he play robotic, and he said because of the coaches. And now he's reneging on that and said it's not the coaches. But that's interesting. So he got some issues up there right now.
Well, that's one thing about losing. When you start losing, fingers are being pointed all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, so that losing.
That's not a good sign. And Justin Fields didn't look very good last week.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with Kansas City.
Kansas City going to put some points
11
up.
and a half. Yeah, 11 and a half.
Yeah, Kansas City.
Dallas, close to. You heard him. He wasn't those. Rick, me and Byron. I'm getting Byron tickets to the Cowboys Giants game.
I'm wearing my blue. I'm gonna be dressed in G-Man.
That's just why you're not gonna be up in the suites. I'm gonna put you in my club.
I'm gonna be in the suites. They can't stop me.
I'm going.
Everybody in Dallas know me. I'm a giant amongst the enemies. I'm telling you. I'm gonna tell Jack, give me some boxing lessons, Jack. I'm going over there to Jerry World, and I'm gonna be putting up.
Do you know this is the craziest thing I've ever seen?
What?
Jerry Jones has a hologram in the stadium now.
What?
And you can ask it questions and it'll answer you. It's got that AI, artificial intelligence, and it answer it like Jerry does.
Oh yeah, talking his voice.
Yeah, and it says what they think he. I guess he recorded some things he would say if you ask him.
Okay, gotcha.
This AI, this is crazy.
I bet you that's some fun stuff.
Oh man, it's crazy.
Who Dallas playing?
Dallas is the next game. The Arizona Cardinals in Arizona. I think I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I think.
Well, I think the Cardinals are gonna play really, really tough, but I got to go with them Cowgirls.
Well, let me ask you a question. If the Cowboys are Cowgirls, what are the Giants being beat 40-0?
We was on vacation.
You didn't know the season was going to start?
We were still at training camp, buddy. But now look at us. We ran the course.
Oh my goodness. That was my 30. That's gonna be hard, but Rick, the way they've been playing, it wouldn't shock. Josh, did you remember, Rick? Josh Dobbs played again.
Midgets. Rick, be nice. Rick, be nice. You shouldn't be talking about no midget. That's prejudice.
Yeah, call them little giants.
He's a call us sleeping giants. I'd rather be a sleeping giant than a midget.
But do you remember last year, Josh Dobbs was the quarterback for Tennessee. And Tennessee did play him close. I think they're going to go back and look at that film. Dobbs can run. He ran for 41 yards last week.
He looked good. He's a rocket scientist. He's a rocket scientist, so he might pick y'all apart.
Yeah.
I played golf with him. I played golf with him 2 years ago. So me and we was out there at the NFL.
Been on quite a few teams, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a great guy, though. I like him. The Cowboys. Okay.
So I'm going with the Cowboys.
All right.
Pittsburgh Steelers against the Las Vegas Raiders. They got the Raiders as favorite. It's at Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with Pittsburgh. And I know
Well, Josh
They
got
can't
to win the
score.
game. I'm going with the Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders.
I watched them. This is a tough one.
But you know what, Jim?
Yeah. This is a pick 'em.
This is Pittsburgh's first game on the road. They've been at home.
That's true. I'm going with the Raiders. Take that back. Give me with the Raiders because just what you said. I like Rick. Pittsburgh hasn't scored. They only have like 4 first downs or something.
Their offense ain't that good.
Yeah,
They got no receivers. I mean,
So I'm going.
They only have a defense. That's all.
Yeah, I'm going with I'm going with Vegas.
Vegas gonna put up some points on. Well, they gonna be at home. So I'm going with Vegas.
Yeah.
What we got?
The next one is Philadelphia versus Tampa Bay in Tampa Bay. I'm going with Philadelphia.
I'm good with Tampa Bay. They done slipped up and won 2 games, so I think it's time for them to lose. I'm going with
I'm gonna go with Philadelphia. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
that'd be crazy to bet against them there. I got.
Go.
Rick, what do you think? Yeah, I gotta go with Philly. I don't want them, but you got to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Philly's got a pretty easy schedule to start the season, huh?
They can just coast.
Because Minnesota was the first game.
Yeah,
and Minnesota hasn't won a game, correct?
Yep.
And then
they played the Patriots, didn't they?
They beat the Patriots and then Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
They both haven't won a game. Now they play a team that's 2-0, but we don't know how good Tampa Bay is. I would go with
Tampa Bay got some talent on the roster, but I just don't think they can match up with those Eagles.
Yeah. The last game of the week, and that's a Monday night game, is
Monday night.
Los Angeles Rams against the Cincinnati Bengals. Go ahead.
The Bengals got to win this game. It's a must win for them, so I'm taking the Bengals.
Rams have been playing good, but I have to go with the Bengals. I'm going to regret that because it all is predicated on if Joe Burrows plays.
Joe Burrows is getting ready. And I know I talked to you earlier about in the last 5 years since Zach Taylor been coaching, the Cincinnati Bengals have started 4 of the last 5 seasons 0-2.
Mm-hmm.
0-2. And the rest is just look back and see. They gonna make the playoffs. But they got to win. It's a must-win game for them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati will win this game. What do you think, Rick?
I think Jamar Chase is gonna have 180 yards. That's what I think.
You think so?
Oh yeah. It's gonna be one of his best games. It's coming this weekend.
You know that the Rams only lost to the 49ers by 3 points.
I know, and they surprised Seattle. So I'm keeping up with the Rams.
Yeah. So I'm going with Cincinnati to win it. Yeah. Now, a couple other things since we got a little time. Prime time, Coach Prime.
Deion Sanders.
3-0. Congratulations to him. Yeah, I saw that. But Deion Sanders.
He's going to get tested this week.
But you know what?
Next 2 weeks.
In 2016, when we won the the Pac-12 South, we went into
Colorado. Oh, did y'all go to Oregon?
Yeah, we went to Oregon and beat them in Oregon, and they had some talent on that team.
Well, maybe they need to go back and watch that film, watch that game.
But I think if you look at it, people are talking the only D1 team they played, Oregon, is Baylor. And they didn't kill Baylor. They just barely beat Baylor. It was.
And you know what? And guess what? They should have. They could have easily lost that game at Texas Tech. I would watch that game because
I'm sorry, it was Texas Tech.
Yeah. My nephew played on Texas Tech team, and actually
they should have lost that game.
Yeah.
So everybody's talking about, Dan Lanning's telling them about it. I don't think so. I think Hunter is a great player, but they got some good. The problem they're going to have is their defense is not very good, Rick.
Yeah.
Colorodo's defense is
their defense suspect.
Yeah. But I think, believe it or not, I think people are thinking that obviously Colorado's going to get blown out, but it wouldn't shock me because here's the scores. They played Portland State. Portland State is, I think, D2.
Shit, UTA I can get a team at UTA where I went to college and pick and beat Portland State.
Yeah, and they went 81-7. So that's expected. They played Texas Tech.
Right.
And just like you said, it was 38-30. And then they played Hawaii. It was 55-10. So, and Hawaii is not very good.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
Everybody beat up on Hawaii. So
yeah. And so that's the thing. So they got to play Colorado. And Dion, he's right. If you know Dion, he's taking receipts. And Lanning said, what has Colorado done in the Pac-12? And he motivates his team on it. Got the loud noise playing. He got all the stuff ready, prepared for them so they can be there.
Well, he can relate to what make the young people get ready to play. I mean, that's what they're doing. They ready to play.
Yeah.
So they ain't gonna try to not let you not score. They just gonna try to go and beat you and not score you and not finesse you and then have fun doing it. That's what they all about.
Yeah. So, and I looked at the stats. Believe it or not, on offense, Colorado has better stats than Oregon, even though they've won there. Shedeur Sanders has better stats than Bo Nix.
Yeah.
And then also their receivers have better stats. Obviously, like Rick said, Hunter being not there, Travis Hunter is going to have Dion.
Yeah. You know everybody's name.
Yeah. But
it's funny.
But I think I don't know if Colorado will win, but it's going to be a better game than I'm not impressed with Oregon like everybody else is.
Well, they hadn't played nobody. Really?
USC.
Really, they hadn't played nobody. The team that they played, and I watched them close against Texas Tech. Actually, Tech should have beat them.
Yeah, that's
they
what
won in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, and did you realize when Colorado played Colorado State? I don't know if you stayed. I stayed up to 1:30 in the morning watching it. That was the most. That was the 5th most watched night game in ESPN history.
That was really an exciting game. It was fun from the start to the end.
It was. It was unfortunate. Hunter got hurt. So yeah.
Keith. Hey, Keith.
Yeah, Keith thought that Colorado be 0-3 now too, and that's my buddy Keith. But that's just it.
He probably thinking that New England Patriots would be 2-1 or something like that too. But they 0-2. They 0-2.
Yeah, they'll be 1-2 after they beat the Jets this week.
Yeah, he'll be happy about that. But Keith knows stuff though.
Yeah, he does.
He knows.
He does. But if you look at the stats, there's a lot closer than people would like to give them because they did beat TCU. And Colorado State was, and anytime you have rival, they're only, I think we used to play Colorado State. They're only like less than 50 miles away from each other.
Yeah.
Colorado is 50 miles away from Boulder.
Okay.
So anytime you do that, and that's the thing. And then Colorado State had a bye week before they played the University of Colorado.
They were getting prepared for them.
Yeah, they were prepared for them. And that's nothing to take away. And I think this is going to be a good game. That's just my opinion on
Well, I hope Colorado State play everybody else the way they played Colorado because they were fired up.
Oh yeah, no question. You got a lot of Colorado kids on there too. I think 31 players on this roster are from the state of Colorado. So
Okay.
It took a lot of pride from there, and you can't take anything. Novell had them ready to play. They just, it was a heck of a game. It was.
I tell you what really separated the game was the tight end.
Yes.
He stepped up.
Both tight ends, 87 for Colorado and 54 for, was it 54?
I forgot, but yeah, I know they both had good games.
Yeah, they both had heck of a game. So
that was the difference. I mean, they came in and really made some big plays.
Yeah. Here's the thing you got to remember too. You were talking about Texas Tech. The leading passer was Bo Nix. He had 359 yards.
Right.
Leading rusher was Bo Nix. He had 46 yards. And then this Franklin kid is really good. He's been the leading receiver for every game. Yeah,
Franklin's really good. He's gonna be pretty high in the draft.
Yeah. So the one thing you can look at is they haven't really, and that could have been because they were playing lesser opponents, and they just did. They're playing more kids.
Yeah,
so that could be a possibility too. So
yeah, Bo Nix look good so far though. He don't look bad.
Yeah. So in the Pac-12 you got what 8 teams in the top 25?
Did I say this right? Only 2 teams gonna be left in the Pac-12 right now?
Yes, Oregon State and Washington State.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy. They're trying to do something with the Mountain West.
Yeah, they trying to rely on some stuff.
Yeah, they're trying to get them to come over to the Pac-12 and take the Mountain West, take the name, get rid of the name, and make them the Pac-12.
Okay.
So all those teams would come over. So there. We talked about everything tonight. We talked about the past games. We talked about their impressive people right now, and coaches. I mean, not coaches, but players are obviously Baker Mayfield. And I know he's got a tough game tomorrow. This weekend against Philly, but you got to give him credit. Philly winning when their offense is not up to Philly's standards is still impressive. Washington being 2-0, it doesn't matter how you get there, you're there. The Giants coming back from a tough first week.
But Daniel Jones gonna have 100-yard rushing too tomorrow.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'd be afraid of that because he could get injured. But
yeah, he can get in there, but he gonna have to run. Just to keep us going.
Yeah. Bosa should be in better shape for this game.
Oh yeah, this is the 3rd week. He probably fired up.
Yeah, so there's gonna be, like you said, there's gonna be some.
But another thing too, I left side of that offensive line is gonna be a little bit weaker. So I forgot about that.
Yeah, and they don't. Waller is not a blocker; he's more of a receiver. So you don't have to bring an extra tight end to help with the blocking over there.
Oh yeah, that's the truth.
Yeah, Tua's been unreal. So yeah, thank you, Rick. Thank you,
Rick. We appreciate you.
We always do. Vikings got to figure out a way to get it done this week. Jason, he texted me earlier. He's normally on the show, but he's getting married Saturday.
He getting cold feet or what?
He's gonna go play. We're gonna play a round of golf.
I hate I got to go out of town. Golly, I want to whoop his butt.
But hey,
it's
that time. We got to get out of here, and
I'm gonna waddle
out of here. Waddle got injured. He might not play this week.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So hopefully, we don't want to waddle out. We're gonna run like the cheetah and do the stomp. We're gonna stomp out of here.
You know I can dance too.
Oh, whatever. Whatever. Hey, have a good time. See you next week.
We'll see you.
All right. Peace.